Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Wednesday, July 25th, 2018, and here are some of today's trends in the news. Over there in Asia, kind of flat. Shanghai down a little bit, but that Shanghai market, China's big one, still in bad territory. Over there in Europe, everything's down a bit. Here in the States, Dow opened down but closed way up over 172 points. Boom. Last few minutes surge. And NASDAQ's up, gold's up. Not a lot. Oil's up and Bitcoin's down. But Bitcoin is still over that $8,000 a coin mark. And you know our forecast. It has to break over $11,000 of Bitcoin for it to gain its strength back. So what happened here in the States? Dow surges more than 150 points in a sudden move after Trump reportedly got concessions from EU to avoid a trade war. No kidding. How many times have we said, how much material have we written that there would be no trade war? Stocks jumped to their highs of the day on Wednesday after President Donald Trump reportedly obtained concessions from the European Union to avoid a trade war. So now we're going to see the markets move without these headlines moving them. Because what's really moving the markets are a thing called earnings. And nearly 30% of S&P 500 companies reported quarterly results thus far. Of those companies, 82.6% have reported better than expected earnings. So that's what to look forward to, not these headlines of North Korea, China, tariff wars. You know what those are.
Warning, warning, bullshit alert.
That's it. It's bigger than a headline. So part of that trade war stuff is just making a deal. As we said, they're not going to give up everything for a trade war. People are making too much money. So figure it out. The United States has a 2.5% import duty on incoming European vehicles. But they have, when you sell an American car over there, it's 10%. So you'd think we could have an art of a deal, and that's all this is about. And as you know, I'm 100% behind Trump when it comes to tariff and trade. I believe in a self-sustaining economy. You want to buy a luxury item from another country, knock yourself out, pay more for it. But put people back to work, make this a middle-class society again. So that's one area that I agree with them on, and you know there are many others that I don't. Gold. Yeah, gold went up a little bit because the dollar weakened on reports that the euro got a little stronger because a trade deal may be in the making. But you know what the big number is. It's about interest rates. And the higher interest rates go, the stronger the dollar gets, the lower gold goes. So what does that mean? Trend alert, trend alert. Market peak, gold bottom. Here's the trend. That's right. So you want to know where gold's going, want to know where the markets are going? Read your new trend alert, history before it happens. It's right there, factual, and we'll stand by it. And what else happened? Oil prices. Well, oil prices went up because government data showed U.S. crude inventories fell 6.1 million barrels in the week to July 20th, to the lowest since February 2015. Gasoline stocks fell by 2.3 million barrels. Then you have Venezuelan oil production plummeted to a 30-year low. So now you're looking at crude popping back near the $75 a barrel mark. That goes higher. And read your trend alert. because there's also information there about geopolitical uncertainties that could destabilize the oil markets, kiss the markets goodbye. Not only the oil markets, the equity markets and the global economy. We cannot afford high oil prices in a slow-growing international economy. China, Europe, emerging markets submerging, cannot afford to pay more as the dollar gets stronger and oil prices are based in dollars. And again, as I've been saying, it's not only interest rates, high interest rates that are bringing down gold, it's also bringing down the real estate markets. Oh, that's in your trend alert as well. New home sales dropped to 8-month low in June, down 5.3%. And new home sales account for about 10% of the housing market. Again, I've been going over all the data. The higher the interest rates go, the bigger the slowdown in the real estate markets and others as well. And what else do we have? China unveils stimulus to fight uncertainty. Oh, what did I say about slowing economies? China announced tax cuts and infrastructure spending as it ramps up efforts to stimulate demand and counter a weakening economy. Infrastructure. Hey, what happened to Trump's infrastructure plan? You know what that was? Nothing more than a load of...
That was bullshit.
You got it, man. Can't spend nothing. The infrastructure in this country stinks. Go down to New York. It's a joke, this city. The subway, man, third world minus. The roads, the congestion, it's a joke. Anyway, announcing the fiscal measures late on Monday night, China's State Council, the country's cabinet, cited external uncertainty with apparent reference to trade tensions with the U.S. No, it's not trade tensions. It's a slowdown of their economy that's been going on because they're deep in debt and they're boosting it more and more. In the second quarter, gross domestic product grew at its slowest pace since 2016. All right, what is a lousy $34 billion worth of tariffs on Chinese goods that amounts to 0.1% if and when it ever gets implemented? So no, it's a real slowdown over there. China's falling currency has pros in a trade war. Well, it has more cons in a trade war because when their currency went down in 2015, it was flooding out of the country. And again, as oil prices get higher, China, the biggest world's importer of oil, oil based in dollars, their currency goes lower. No, it's going down their currency because their economy is weakening. But the trade fears keep going on. UBS profits leap, but trade war fears cast pall. Hey, Paul, where's Paul? Oh, no, not that Paul, P-A-L-L. Yep, anyway, but now, hey, maybe the trade war fears they can't put that headline in anymore because of what happened today. Harley warns of bigger tariff blow. Motorcycle maker caught in trade crossfire. You know why Harley's going down? Because Harley matters. It's a baby boomer's motorcycle, and it's had its time and it's had its day. You see these guys with the Nazi helmet. Yeah, it's another time, man. Harley sold 6% fewer motorcycles in its core U.S. market in the second quarter of 2018. Had nothing to do with trade wars, but they keep saying it over and over again. Hey, economy contracted in Argentina by 5.8% during May. Oh yeah, what do they have? Interest rates at 40%? have anything to do with trade wars? Zero. Lira plunges as rate freezes rise. Fears over Erdogan's economic role. Turkish inflation soars. Has nothing to do with trade wars, because not only is the Turkish lira sinking on fears of Erdogan running the government and putting his son-in-law in charge of the economic policy, emerging markets have come under intense pressure amid a strengthening dollar, higher U.S. interest rates, and it's right here. South Africa, Rand down 7%, Brazilian Real down 11.7%, Turkish Lira down 23.3%, the Argentinian Peso down 33%. Zero to do with trade wars. It has to do with debt and stupid political policy, and the mafia is the mafia, not the Italian one, man, the corporate ones, the banksters taking over the world and the nations. And the military mafia. Pentagon spending boosts Lockheed. Lockheed Martin Corp expected to end the year with a record order backlog of more than $110 billion, driven by overseas sales and more Pentagon spending. The world's largest defense contractor by sales has been a prime beneficiary of congressional action boosting Pentagon spending above White House requests, because these little slimers called politicians get paid off to do it. They vowed to fix subway a year ago. On-time rates are still terrible. A series of meltdowns and accidents on New York City subways last summer led to a startling admission. The system was in crisis and in desperate need of immediate repairs. Government Andrew, born on third base, arrogant Cuomo, who would be maybe shoveling shit if his old man wasn't governor before him, like his brother, Chris Cuomo, who speaks a lot of shit, would never be anywhere on CNN if his daddy wasn't governor. These arrogant boys, after declaring the subway to be a state of emergency, promised that a rescue plan by the Metropolitan Authority would deliver results. But 1 year later, bullshit Cuomo, the subway service remains in many ways the same, dismal. But you could spend billions to murder people around the world. I should say tens of trillions. As this economy goes down, it's only being pumped up temporarily. We'll have good GDP numbers coming out Friday because of the tax cuts, the government spending more money, and it going to the 1%, according to the Tax Policy Center. 82% of Trump's tax cuts went to the 1%. So that's where the economy is going. We're in a temporary bubble. Again, read your trend alert. Market peak, gold bottom, here's the trend. And this is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.